For 2026, the Honda CRV sees some light refreshments, and most people are talking about the cool new Trail Sport hybrid model. But realistically, plenty of people are still out there buying non-hybrid 1.5 liter turbo CRVs. So if you get that with all-wheel drive, what sort of fuel economy can you expect out on the highway? Tonight we find out. Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and tonight we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test on the 2026 Honda CRV EXL all-wheel drive. In this test, we're going to head out on the highway and do 50 miles out and 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour, to get a realistic fuel economy number for this compact crossover. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Come in here in an optional white paint. Interesting that white is an option here, you got to pay for it. The EXL CRV, one of the higher level trims that you can get with the gas only engine. It's coming in about $39,000, a little rich for my taste, but you sort of have to pay to play with the Japanese brands these days. They understand the premium that their brands and models bring. So if you do want to see more on this one, check the link below. We've got our sound system test and our pros and cons review, and we've also got fuel economy tests on the hybrid model as well. You can find that linked below. Also, quick shout out to this video's sponsor, Lasfit. I've got the Lasfit floor mats here in, and you can see how nicely cut out they are. Look at, even right here, this little tiny lip that has on the side panel here, the floor mat accounts for. It tucks right in there. You can see how well the tray fits around. If you're anywhere that gets sleet, slush, mud, dirt, snow, anything like that, and you're getting in and out of your car regularly, you're gonna want some sort of all-season mats. The Honda ones will run you over 200 bucks. I'll have to check and see what the price is for these ones, but I know I can get you 18% off if you use my code DailyMotor and use the link below. You can see they go way under the pedals there. Over on the passenger side, same deal. Oh, and look, these ones, I haven't seen this from Lasfit before, that they actually have the perfect cutouts for the Hondas for the little latch right here. So this thing spins and locks the mat down. Go in that turn, and then it's locked in. The previous Lasfit mats I saw only had little nubs to kind of sit over that. And then same thing in the back, coming in, covering the whole area. So if you've got kids with dirty boots or anything like that, it's going way under the seats, keeping that very easy to bring out. It's a nice flexible TPU 3D measured material. You can see also in the cargo compartment how well it covers this whole area. Again, if you're putting dirty stuff in here, just enough siping to kind of channel any sort of liquid. Very nice. I highly recommend for your CRV or any other vehicle, check the link below. Get yourself a set of Lasfit mats. You'll support the channel and also get yourself a nice product. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA's highway fuel economy test, which gives this trim of the CRV only 31 MPG on the highway, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. We know there are plenty of people who do big miles at steady state speeds on the highway and would like to know what sort of numbers you can realistically expect here in the real world. So in order to test that out, I'm going to head out to the gas station at night when there's less traffic. I'm going to fill up, go out and do 100 miles, come back, fill up at the same pump using the same 3-click fueling method, and get a result. Now, a few things to note for the test. Outside temperatures will be about in the mid to low 60s degrees Fahrenheit. And our tire pressures are going to be set to their door placard, 35 PSI front, 32 PSI rear. Interesting split right there. Hondas seem to have these very particular tire pressures. I find that interesting. And we're going to run the climate control at 73 degrees auto. So with that, let's head to the pump. We are here and all filled up, put in just over 6 gallons into the tank of the CRV. Before we actually start the engine, we're going to reset the vehicle's trip computer. Make our way down there. Trip B, nope, let's do trip A. There we go. And our GPS is reset. Let's do it one more time for good measure. Get our climate control on to 73 auto. And we're ready to begin. We do have a few different drive modes here in the CRV. We've got Econ, Normal, and Snow. We're going to do this test in Econ. We're going to take it nice and easy over to the highway. It's about half a mile away. and pick up the test from there. Now, the goal of this test isn't to hypermile. We're not trying to get the best possible fuel economy for this car, but rather a realistic figure. So in order to do that, I'm getting up to highway speed here at a reasonable pace, and I'm going to set the cruise control to a GPS-indicated 71 miles per hour. It should allow us to average 70 over the whole test. No problem getting up to speed here, despite this just being a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It's plenty gutsy, moves the car along just fine and without much effort. In fact, I actually prefer the 1.5 with the CVT than I do the 2-liter naturally aspirated that we had in the Civic with the CVT. Now, how do I change back? I got a new GPS app. Okay, there we go. That'll work, I guess. So it looks like the car's speedometer is about 1 mile per hour. Well, no, actually, we might be pretty accurate here. Maybe about 1 mile per hour high. Let's try settling in at 72. See what that gives us on our GPS. Okay, yeah, 72 on the dash, giving us 71 on the GPS. Initial highway impressions, a little bit more road noise than I would like. Not terrible for the class, not as bad as the Civic was, but still a good amount coming from the back there. Other than that, though, we have Honda's pretty darn good active lane keeping functionality. So you can see right here, even going around this corner with my hands off the wheel, the car is keeping itself nicely in lane, turning along as it should. Alright, well, we are going to continue on. Catch up with you at the end. I'm going to do some testing of the members only soundtrack here on this 8-speaker sound system. Not looking forward to that. This is not a very good audio system in here. But in the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip. Coming into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the CRV EXL. It's kind of tough to get much different than 31.3 from the EPA's 31 mile per gallon figure. Very of par sort of result here for the CRV so far, if that proves to be true once we fill it up with fuel. And that goes for the rest of the test as well. It's just a very unnoteworthy but competent highway cruiser. Adaptive cruise control, fine. Active lane keeping, good. Sound system, meh. Road noise, a little bit louder than I'd like. Seat comfort, fine. It simply is. That's just, I really wish I had more to tell you, but the CRV is just doing CRV things. Taking a look at our tack shot here, just a little bit over 2,000 RPM when cruising at 71. Are we still 71? Yep, 71 miles per hour. That goes up probably about 400 or 500 RPM when you're sort of going up a hill. And then I haven't really seen it go too much lower than that, though. It's about 2150, about where we're settling in there. Yeah, I wish I had more to tell you. I guess this probably won't get a ton of views just because, what do you know? Little motor, Honda CRV, okay fuel economy. But either way, we're going to get it back to the pump, fill it all the way back up, crunch our numbers with you momentarily. We are all fueled up. Ended up putting in a grand total of 3.418 gallons back into the tank. Now, if my super rough before we do the math calculations are correct, this will come in a little on the low side. And what's interesting is I looked at the last time we tested the 1.5 liter CRV. It was also an EXL all-wheel drive trim, and a similar sort of thing happened. We got a pretty good figure according to the dash, but then 27 miles per gallon according to the pump readout. So let's see what we get here. We did 100.3 miles traveled divided by that 3.418. Okay, again, a good bit lower than the vehicle's readout, 29 MPG. So still better than the 27 that we registered with the last car, but not super impressive figures either way here for the 1.5 gasser. And both times we've tested now coming in under the vehicle's readout by maybe within a large margin of error, but either way, not particularly impressive. We've got a 14-gallon fuel tank in here, so 14 gallons times 29 MPG is giving you a just barely respectable 400 miles of cruising range here in the 1.5 liter CRV. Now, I don't think the hybrid would be that much better. It's been a few years since we've tested the hybrid. I guess I could just take a look here real fast and see what the hybrid got on our testing. 35 MPG on the hybrid. So, yeah, is it going to make up your actual MSRP difference? No, but because the hybrid is so much nicer to drive, you might end up ponying up for it anyway and then just appreciate a few extra miles per gallon. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on this kind of not Goldilocks, middle-of-the-road EXL trim of the CRV, check the link below, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.